what's up? So I've been out in the media and stuff, and at these protests, like, everyone who's there freaking knows who I am, I'm pretty sure. And so the day I went out there, the demon species, the terrorists, the aliens, whatever you want to call them, so you don't get banned. I mean, because they're demons, they're terrorists, and they're aliens, so not incorrect at all. They put out a Shawn Jones candidate. It's obviously one of them because, I mean, all the demons look the same, except for the human minions. And so they're going to try to cover me up again. And then I noticed yesterday I'm also on a different internet than anyone else. Like, I searched for keywords. This person in my life wanted me to look at a link of child porn, and they were like, just like, check out the word TV, television. And so I looked it up, and people were saying it's supposed to be like little girls in skimpy outfits and porn and stuff. That's what they showed me anyways, right? Because they actually looked it up for me and showed me what it was when I was in their company. And I'm isolated from the internet, like, in so many ways. They're keeping me isolated. I'm assuming that that's them isolating me. It could be people protecting me, so something like that is never on my devices. But I don't think that's what it is. And in fact, it's quite possible that they were testing me so I would relay back to them if the website was blocked and I couldn't see it, right? So, or the certain things in the search algorithm. Anyways, everyone else was still saying they could access it long after I checked them and couldn't see anything. But they've got me pretty well isolated, and they're terrified of me if they're putting out candidates with my name and everything. And that means I probably got them right where I wanted to, because let's be honest, I'm smart. I know they weren't going to put me on TV. I know they're not going to put me in the media. I know frickin' what these people have been up to, what they've been doing forever. The whole point of me running the campaign was to see what's going on. You know, like, to know for sure that I am blocked and censored from the media, and they just keep proving it. So, I knew that was going to happen, right? Like, y'all ain't going to be able to elect me. Voting is fake. It's all rigged. They're not going to put me in there because they already tried to get me to hang out with Donald Trump and all that when they had their little agent Laura Dunham in my life in Washington, D.C., who happens to work in Hollywood and owns rich mansions and knows the rich pedophiles of Columbus, Ohio, and works for them. Can network with them to work for them, to put on a stage that she's a legit photographer. And so, I mean, I've known what's going to happen for a long time. Voting is rigged. I don't get into office through voting. That's not how the story goes. The story doesn't end with me in office because you guys are like, hey, let's vote for him because we like his values. No. They don't want it to end that way. And so, if they're in control, we have to play by their rules. Which is really easy. If they followed by rules, it'd be really easy to beat them in any game. Because they're not highly intelligent. They're like a different species that has maybe shape-shifting powers and stuff, but overall they don't seem very intelligent. I think our people have a hive mind connection that makes us far beyond what they want. And I wouldn't doubt that they've been like trying to use people like me to unlock the secrets of the universe and the secrets to our own people and the knowledge we know and stuff. That's a little beyond the point. They put out this candidate. Looks like every single one of them. Sorry. So, the day I went out and got the media, they put this out. It was like the 18th, I believe. Was it the 18th that this happened, that I first went out there? It was like it was either the 18th or the 19th, but they announced on the 18th, and I'm pretty sure that's what it was. And I had my campaign sign. It was real generic. I knew not to use the name Shawn Jones because it's so generic. And the net is already filled with famous Shawn Joneses and stuff. And I'm back-paged. And now, the title of my video, Shawn Jones 2020, is not allowed. It's probably not allowed on whatever internet you guys connect to, or I mean, am I even connecting to anyone who's not on their side? If I'm on an isolated internet, then it's hard to tell. But they put this guy Shawn Jones out there to cover up my video, Shawn Jones 2020, in my campaign. Just like they kicked me out of my house and they destroyed my one car, and they've probably had something to do with when my brakes failed on the new car I bought, and then they probably had something to do with other things. I mean, just like they've been forever. It's clear, like the people, this psycho person calls herself mother was like working with these people, like totally betrayal of me. Like that's why it's this psycho person who calls themselves mother, and it's no one to me anymore. You gotta cross lines to get to the point where I don't talk to you anymore. If you've dug yourself that deep into my life. And it just seems like more of the, like they're shifting me around from place to place. Like I had a place to move, and then like those people lied to me, and also like are making me move like really fast, so I don't have time to set up shop and run my campaign. They've been really good at interfering with the campaign since then. It's just total bullshit what they got going on, man. And there's really only one answer. And so that's why I began asking God to summon plagues upon the earth and to start burning down the empire and to collapse their economies and make them weak for invasion. Because you don't fuck with me. That's the bottom line, dude. You don't fuck with the other people who are good. Who are they? I don't know. Do they exist? Can't be sure. But I tell you, whoever's working with me, you definitely don't fuck with those people. Because they have been keeping me around for a long time. And they knew what to do to raise me. They knew to isolate me and to train me not to speak to people and stuff like that. Not to speak at all, and to just learn and stuff. So, this is all bullshit show. Like, anyone who thinks voting is real and has been involved in, anyone who's been involved in politics for more than 8 years, they're lying to everyone. They know the voting's rigged. They know that the candidates aren't real. They're actors on TV. They know media isn't real. But they play along. And see, these are the real soldiers. Hey, Rothschild doesn't do anything to me. I've never seen him come into my life and like tamper with my brake lines or anything like that. But I've definitely seen these other people around me all the time. This system is held together by the people of this world. It's not held together by a Rothschild. So, who are our real enemies in this world? Well, I just told you who our enemies, who the enemies of humanity are. And it's a lot. Well, it's a lot of people. And that's why a revolution might change something, but it's probably not going to. It's all controlled. Everyone who wants to revolt right now is just a puppet with no education, who has never tried to poke at the system and poke at the leaders to see how they respond when you hit them with a sharp stick. They don't know. They don't even know who these leaders are. So they can't, like, lead a revolution against invisible Illuminati. Let's go arrest chemtrails. And, fucking, you know, like, oh, David Icke's our king and Alex Jones is our king. I mean, how many clowns do they have out there fucking warping people's minds? And all these people are trained to be the enemies of humanity. They're, in words, they steal these words. They steal all this stuff from our people. The word truth, truther, they change it to truther. And then there is no truth in a truther. The word truther itself has become synonymous with liar, with a deceptor, with a terrorist, with a person working for a alien species to destroy their own people and other people like them for no good reason, just to profit off it and all that stuff. Not because they really fucking care or anything. These people are half-wits. The truthers went from being like liberal commies to Republican neo-Nazis. It's alt-right, and they'll lie about it, and it's like, I got all this stuff documented. It's all in the Book of Life, dude. It's all been recorded. It's coming down the line. And so that's it. There you have it. They're going to completely cover me up because they're so scared of me. Like, man, I've been able to smell the blood for years, and it's like, I do love me some fucking rare meat. So once I caught on to that, it was like, oh yeah, tasty morsels. And I can tell every time they bleed a little more, because the scent just gets stronger and fucking, I salivatate a little more. But see, that's why I've been training physically and mentally for the past 10 years, just as much as I've been doing politics and stuff, and educating people on who controls things. So they've got all this stuff locked down. I seen like David Icke did the deceptive thing Alex Jones did before they retired Alex Jones. You know, remember Alex Jones brought on David Duke, and they talked about the control, who controls things, and then, you know, it was just bullshit. David Duke refused to say, well, your kids are the same bloodline, so you're not us. And you know, that right there proves David Duke works for them, because David Duke knows, because he's the one who taught me about Purim, so he knows that he knows all about that method. That's at the forefront of his mind. When he sees someone, he should be looking into their family tree to see who they are. Of course, like, he preaches this stuff, but he also preaches the Purim ritual. So, what are we going to do about this stuff, people? Is there anyone on my side besides the gods, besides my ancestors, and likely people from the planets we came from are watching? And you know what? The way I've seen it is they probably put me here as a plant to gather information on them and to study and record them, so they know everything about them and they can do what it takes to get rid of pedophiles, terrorists, enslavers. They're enslaving the entire nation. Trillions of counts of human rights violations, but then there's murders, billions of murders, thousands of genocides they've been committing, grand robbery schemes, rigged elections, like billions of counts on the election rigging that they would be facing. It's just, man, it's so wild. It's so wild that all this stuff is happening like this. I guess that's what this world's for, though. And they need a savior. They need their little hero to come in and defeat them. But they're not going to allow me to do that through elections. They don't want me to do that through elections. So there's really not too much I can do. I mean, I guess maybe there is, right? Like asking God for help and listening to Him tell me what's going to happen about the plagues and the fires. And I'm not like everyone else who's ever said that stuff. Once I started saying that stuff, it started happening. So there's not really much you can do about that. There's not much people can deny, because I've been openly doing all this stuff and talking about it. But they're gonna hide me. They're gonna sweep me under the rug, apparently. And I guess we'll just find out, like, what goes from there.